Hey friends, Rachel Alford here from Cozy Nooks Designs, and today we're going to go over how to make the tailor's version knit pillow. So you can see the front says in this house, and then the back, in this house we listen to Taylor's version. I'm so excited about this pattern. I made a sister crochet design saying the same thing, and I loved it so much. I wanted to do a knit version as well. The crochet version is based off of the album Lover, that era, and then the knit version is based off of the Speak Now era. Those two albums are my favorite, and honestly, I want to make it in every single era because I just love it so much. So anyway, this is what we're going to go over today. I have a lot of helpful videos and tips to be able to help you along the way, as well as a free blog post, and I will link that in the description. So anyway, let's get started. These are the materials needed for the Taylor's version knit pillow. You're going to need weight 4 yarn, 3 different colors. And for the base of the pillow, I use Mandala Ombre Lion brand, and this colorway is called Chi. And you will need just one, so 280 yards for the base of the pillow. And then I used 2 complementary colors so that I could highlight Taylor's. And so for the white, I did 65 yards. And then for the Taylor's section, I have 18 yards. You'll also need knitting needles, size 9, 5.5 millimeter. And I did mine just with 24-inch circular needles. You'll also need scissors, tapestry needle, and 16-inch pillow form. And then these 2 things are optional. If you're doing duplicate stitch for your color work portion, you may want to use these type of pins to mark out and make like 10 stitch sections so that you can stitch easier. And then these are for holding the panels in place when you are seaming the pillow together. So both of these are optional, and I will link everything in the description. So I'm going to show you side 2 of the knit pillow. You can see I've already done the first line in the chart, and then I'm going to teach you how to do duplicate stitch if you want to do the words using duplicate stitch, and we'll put Taylor's there, but you have to knit everything and block it before you do that for the duplicate. And then so we're going to do the listen to. I'll show you how to get started on that. So first you need to get to the chart, and if you click on the digital version, it will bring you to this. It will look like this, and you can go through and start at the beginning. But you can see I'm on row 65, so I'm on my right hand side, my right side, and it says that we need to knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we will do our white addition. So I'm going to knit my 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is my last one, 7. So then I'm going to grab my white strand here, and I'm going to loop it over. And let's see, the chart says I need 3 in the white. So you can see what I did there. So I knit with the white like normal, and now I need to make sure that the white is secured. So I just twisted my yarns so that it is securing that float there on the back side. So now I'm ready just to do my white again. There's my 3rd. So I have my 3. You can see it's secured on the back nicely. So now I need to switch to my purple. Here, let me bring my chart over so we can look at the chart together. So you can see I need to switch to my purple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 purple. So I need to switch to my purple. I'm going to insert my needle into that stitch, grab my purple. I'm going to put my white to the side and then bring my purple up and over. And that's again also going to help secure the stitch so that there's no hole in the knit. So there's 2, 3. I'm also going to show you how to secure your floats. You probably could go 5 stitches without the float being a problem, but I'm just going to teach you how to do this right now. So why you want to secure the float on the back is so that the floats are loose and there's not too much space between the purple stitch and then, or the white stitch and then the next white stitch. Because if you have too big of a float, it's going to cinch your fabric and look not good. So what you need to do to secure the float is you're just going to twist the yarns again. So moving the purple to the left, bringing the white up and over, and then the purple is ready again to use. So let me show you what it looks like on the back. So you can see it just kind of grabbed the float. This is the float. It grabbed it on the backhand side so that the float isn't going to be held too taut. So now we have one more purple. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have two white we need to do for our chart. So inserting my needle, I bring my purple to the left and bring my white up and over, and then I knit 2. Okay, so we've completed our 2 white right now here, and so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 purple that we need to do. So I'm going to float the yarn and catch it like we talked about so that we can make sure that we don't have cinching fabric. So I brought my purple up and over the white to lock the white, and now I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to lock my yarn. So I need to bring my white up and now I need to bring my white up and over to lock it. So I have this twist right here. You can see the twist right there. And that locks my white float, and I'm ready to do my remaining, 3. 1, 2, and 3. So you can see it locked our float right here. Our float is nice and loose. We're not going to have cinching fabric. Oops. All right, so now we have 2 white, 3 purple, 2 white. So inserting my needle into the spot I need, moving my purple to the left, and then grabbing my white. I have 2 white, 1, 2, and then purple. So locking that up and over, 3 purple, 1, 2, 3. Now we have 2 white, so I bring my purple over, grab my white so it's up and over, and do 2 white. Let's look and make sure it's looking good. Looking good. All right. We now have 1 purple and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white. So 1 purple and then 6 white. I'm going to do 3 stitches and then lock my float. So 1, 2, 3, lock my float by bringing my purple up and over, and then the white up and over, and then 1, 2, 3, like this. Now we have 3 purple, 2 white, and then 5 purple. 3, 2, 5. So let's switch back to the purple, bringing it up and over. 3 purple, 1, 2, 3, and then there is 2 white, 1, 2, and then 5 purple. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And make sure that you spread these stitches out on your right needle so that the float can be the appropriate size. Now we have 3 white, 3 purple, 2 white. 3, 3, 2. So 3 white, 1, 2, 3, and 3 purple, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 white, 1, 2. We now have 1 purple and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white. 1 purple and 5 white. Switching back to the purple. 1 purple and 5 white. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then let's make sure that we did this correctly. We should have 4 purple on the end here, and we do 1, 2, 3, 4. So switching back to the purple, we're going to knit 4 in the purple. 2, 3, and 4. This is what row 65 looks like, where we've started the last block of letters for this pattern. So let me show you the purl side. So let's look at the wrong side of the work before we start doing the purl side. You can see these are all my floats for the wording, for the version wording. And then you can see the ones that we just made. You can see the floats here, how they're not cinching. Okay, so let's do the purl side. So looking at the chart, we click the up arrow so that we're on row 66, which is correct. And we need to do 4 purls, and then we need to do 5 whites. So let's do that together. So 4 purls is what we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it was 5 whites, I believe. So putting our needle into where we need it to go, and then dropping our old color off to the left and grabbing our white so it goes up and over. This is going to lock our stitch so that we do not have a hole. And then I purl with the new color. So there's 1, and then you can just drop the old color down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we completed our 5 white here, so we need to do 1 purple, 2 white, and then 2 purple. So 1 purple, grab our purple so it's going up and over the white, and purl it. And then what was it again? 2 white, 2 white. 1, 2, and then 2 purple. 1 and 2 purple. Now we need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white, and then 4 purple. Going up and over to lock the stitch. 5 whites. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 4 purple. So going up and over to lock the stitch and doing 4 purple. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We need to do 2 white, 3 purple, and then 6 white. So 2, 3, 6. 2 with the white. I'm just purling it on this wrong side. 2, 3, so 3 with the purple. 1, 2, and 3, and then 6 with the white. And I wanted to get to this point so I could show you how to lock the float on the wrong side here. So I'm going to do 3 purl with my white, 2, 3, and now I need to lock my purple float. So I need to bring it up, over, and around the white, like that. And then grab my white and continue purling. 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to continue finishing this row in this pattern. You can get the digital file on my blog. I'll link it down below, but we will, after I finish this portion in Fair Isle stranded knitting, then I'm going to block it and get ready to then do duplicate stitch for the tailor's part so that I can show you how to do duplicate if you prefer to do it that way. So we'll meet back up and do this together. Here is my blocked Listen to Pillow side, panel 2. And so now that it's blocked and all ready, now we can do, I can teach you how to do the duplicate stitch. So looking at our chart, let me get it so it will go back out. So to do duplicate stitch, you're essentially just embroidering the design onto the fabric. So I'm doing yellow for the tailors, and usually you cut about a wingspan or so. You don't want it too long. And then you have a tapestry needle. And what I like to do, I usually like to work from right to left. You don't have to do it that way, but that's how I am used to doing duplicate stitch. That's what I usually do. But for this pattern, I think the easiest way is to start here, right above the R, to start at the tip of the Y and work that way. So I'm going to work on this stitch to begin. So I'm going to hit, it's row 26. Let me zoom out so you can see it. So I'm going to be working at the bottom of this Y here in the right corner, and then I will work left, and then I will go up from there. But so when you do duplicate stitch, you can use these marking pins to mark out the size, the graph part of it. But in the chart, you can see this yellow is three rows above the corner of the R. Okay, so you can see this is the corner of the R right here, and we need to go 3 stitches up. So 1, 2, 3, and then this is the stitch that we will be duplicating. So you can see the stitches are made up of V's facing upwards, just normal V's, 2, 3, and then the 4th stitch is what we are working into. So using my tapestry needle with my thread that's on there, I'm going to go into the point. There you go, you can see it there, the point of the V, and I'm going to go up through the V, And I'm going to leave about a 6-inch tail on my back. And then I will trace how the stitch goes. So you can see the stitch goes up and around like that. So it makes a wave. So I'm going to go up through the legs of the stitch above. I'm going to remove this marking pin. So I'm going up through the stitches above the stitch that I'm duplicating. And I'm pulling this through like that. So we made one side of the V here. And then I'm going to go back down through the V point, but I need to figure out where I am coming up. And this is why I like to work from right to left, because I'm going to work this stitch to the left of the one that we are doing right now. So I need to get my needle into the point of the V to the left of the stitch that I'm currently duplicating. So this is the stitch I'm duplicating. I'm going to go down through this right here, and I'm going to go up through the V of the next stitch. So I do that. I pull it through. And you can see that we have our V. And so I'm going to go into the next, to the top of the legs of the next stitch I'm duplicating. And I'm pulling through. I'm making sure that I do not tug the fabric too hard, but I want it snug enough that it lays flat on the fabric. Like that. And in the chart, there are 3 stitches across, 1, 2, 3. So I need to do one more before I go up in the row. So I'm going to go down through the point of the V, and then I'm going to go up through the next stitch that I'm duplicating at the point of the V. Very good. And here we go for the last one in this row. Going up through the legs of the stitch above, and then going back down through the V. Okay, so I need to close out this last stitch here in this row, but I need to decide where I'm going next. And so I'm going to work this stitch right here that's right above the stitch that I worked. And then we will go back from left to right across row 27. So really there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's whatever you prefer. I will show you, so we'll do row 27 together, and then I will show you how the wrong side works, how you can finish it off, just so that you can have this duplicate stitch secure. So I need to finish this last side of this stitch. So I need to go back through the bottom of the V, and then I'm going into the top, the stitch right above it. So I'm going into the point of the V right above this stitch. So sometimes if you lay it out and you don't like how your V's are looking, you can use your tapestry needle and give the sides of the V's, the legs, a little tug so that they sit even and look uniform. So this one's looking especially wonky right now, but I can't mess with it until I finish the stitch above it. So going through the legs above. I need to finish this stitch out, and we are going to do the stitch right next to it on the right. So I need to go into the bottom of that stitch and then into the bottom of the stitch next to it. There we go, just like that. See how that's looking? Okay, doing this stitch here, up and around, and then back down through, doing the next stitch, because there are 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches in this row. So there's 2. Here's my 3rd. And my 4th, we'll start that one. Perfect. Okay, let's look at the fabric together. So you can see this stitch worked out and started laying more flat than I thought it would. This one's looking a little twisted. That looks better now. There we go. So I'm going to continue working in this fashion. Okay, you can see I finished the duplicate stitch all the way across. And so let's talk about securing the back. So you're going to pair up the ends and tie knots. These ends are going to be on the inside of a pillow, so it doesn't matter if you weave them in or not. And so you're just going to take 2 ends and triple knot. 1, 2, and 3. And just make sure you do that for all of the ends, and that will secure the duplicate stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. I'm going to do it on my other panel too, if you did work duplicate stitch on the other panel, and then we will meet back up to join the 2 panels together. I've secured all my ends, and so now I'm ready to seam the 2 panels together. So what you need to do is you need to put right sides together and double check that both of the right sides are facing the same direction. So I've done that many times, so make sure this is facing up, this one's facing up, right sides are together. And then we are going to whip stitch down one edge, the bottom edge, and up the side, and then we will put the pillow form inside, or sorry, then we will flip it right side out, put the pillow form inside, and then whip stitch the top closed. So to line up this first edge, I like to use these little clips to help me get the 2 panels secured without them slipping and getting all messed up. So I like to do the edge and then the middle, and then halfway between these 2, and then halfway between here and the top. Like that. And then you're going to need to cut a length because this is still attached to your yarn ball. You'll need to cut a very long length, or you can just do smaller lengths and then add yarn if you need additional yarn, because if you do cut too long of a length, then it will be hard to manage. So it is just a personal preference of what you want to deal with. Okay, so then you're going to take your tapestry needle and thread one end. Now, inserting your tapestry needle through both thicknesses, so through the back panel and the front panel, you're going to whip stitch down the side. And then go into the next stitch, and you just need to do this evenly down the edge so that it's consistent. You don't want any holes or draping or anything, so just go consistently down the edge, and I'll show you what to do on the corner. I've done this corner already, but I wanted to show you this corner. So you see I have a few more stitches right here, and then I will make the turn for the corner. So let's do that together. There's 1, 2, this will be the last stitch before the actual corner stitch. And now the corner. So going into the corner, there's nothing tricky, you're just going to go into that corner and then do it again for added stability. Making sure you go through both thicknesses like that. And that helps you turn to then start going up the next side. Let me get this strand out of the way so I don't get confused by it. And then going up the side like that. So I am going to finish this one last side together, or I'll do it off camera, this last side, and then we will do putting the pillow in, flipping it right side, and whip stitching the top together. I have my clips on the top of the pillow, and now I'm ready to seam. You can see I've started here. I originally was going to whip stitch this close, but when I tried doing that, it showed too much. And so I decided to do an invisible horizontal join. So what you do is you go under the 2 legs of the top stitch on one side of the panel, and then you pull it, and then go under the 2 legs on the other side of the other panel. So it essentially is a knit stitch, because when you knit, you do a wave like this. So that's what we're making. We're making little knit stitches. So let me show you that again. You go under the 2 legs of the top stitch, and then you pull it, and then the 2 legs of the top stitch on the other panel. So that is how you do the horizontal invisible seam. And thank you guys so much for making this with me. It was so much fun. Let me know in the comments what color you'll make yours. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today. I hope you liked it. I am Rachel from Cozy Nooks Designs, and make sure that you give it a thumbs up, comment if you have any questions, and subscribe to my channel for future free patterns and tips.